This is Carl at National RV Detroit, and I'm going to walk you through this 2018 No Boundaries model number NB167. Okay, I'm on the door side of the trailer at the rear, and as you can see, we have two tires for you. Or two wheels for you. You can't hang two wheels on this particular bumper. There's not enough room, plus there's a weight issue. So of course you're going to have to put the other one in the back of your tow vehicle. Alright, the stairs fold inside the trailer. Keep in mind that if you're on uneven terrain, you can pull this pin right here, just pull it out, and you can slide the legs up and down. There's a pin on each side. Slide them up and down to adjust them. You got a crank out awning. These are, well, let's go back this way. This is your black tank flush. Now, I'll show you how to dump the black tanks on the other side, but keep in mind that the flush is over here. Basically what it does is after you've dumped your black tank of course is toilet water and waste. You can leave that valve open and then hook your hose at the dump station here, and it'll actually spray the inside of your tank out. Clean off the sensors and just generally clean it out, so it's a good thing. We'll get into that a bit on the other side of the trailer. Of course you have power here. These are, this is your hitch. We'll show you how that operates when you come to pick up the trailer. You also, looks like you got an adapter to adapt your 30 amp cord down to a 15 amp to plug it in at home. And you have a sewer hose, okay? Alright, so you also have crank down stabilizers. These just take a 3/4 inch crank. It must be in the trailer because I don't see it in there, but either way you'll have a 3/4 inch crank. You can also use a drill with a 3/4 inch socket on it. That's what most people use these days. Okay, so you have a quick connect for your LP. Actually, this is off right like that is in the off position. So if you want to add a grill to it, any kind of low pressure LP appliance, a grill or a griddle, whatever, you can hook it right there. Okay, we added on an extra tank for you, so now you have two 20-pound tanks with a regulator right here. This is the supply selector right here. Okay. Alrighty. Deep cycle marine battery. Alright, this is the outside of your water heater here. Let me open it up for you. Okay, so this particular water heater works on both gas and electric. So keep in mind the switches operate are inside, except there's a, let me get that off of there. There's a switch right here. Hopefully you can see it. Let me look in the monitor, see if I can point it. Yeah, so you can see it right here. It's off right now. You can turn it on like so. But what that does is it operates the electric heating element that is behind this cover right here. So keep in mind that the switch to turn on the electric is right there in the lower left-hand corner. Other switches are inside the trailer. Also, of course, as with any water heater, you want to make sure that there's water in the tank before you turn it on, because you don't want to dry fire it and damage it. Okay. All right. The bypass valves for the water heater are underneath the bed. So before you winterize it, you want to actually put it into bypass mode so you don't get any antifreeze into the water heater, or because it'll leave a really foul taste and a foul smell. So, okay. Alright, so to get water to your trailer, the most common way is the city water hookup right here. So you'll just put your hose on right there. Very simple, and you just turn on the water and everything's pressurized, ready to go. Now if you go to a campground that does not have plumbing on the campsites, you can pre-fill your onboard water tank right here. So you can pre-fill it and then just pump the water using the onboard pump, and it'll operate just like you've got a city water hookup. So that's a good feature, of course, especially when you're rustic camping. Okay, so you hook your dump hose right up to there. The other end goes into the dump station, of course. Then let me get down here. to see where your valves are all at. So this would be your black tank valve right here. Okay, so you're just going to pull it and dump your black tank valve. You always dump the black tank valve before you do the gray one, because the black tank water is sink water, or I'm sorry, is toilet water and waste, and then the fresh water is sink and shower water. So you always do that. Okay. All right. So these are the low points of your plumbing right here. There's also a fresh water drain under there. Let me see if I can see it for you. Yeah, all the way back in the middle there. Okay. Alright, so the type of slide out you have is called a Schwintek, in case you ever need to know that. It's owned by Lippert now, but it's still referred to as a Schwintek by most people. Okay, this is an outside shower, hot and cold water. This is your hookup for and your 30 amp, 30 foot long cord. Okay, this is just cable and satellite through. They're just coax fittings. Okay. You got a ladder to get on the roof, which is a great thing to have because you want to go up there and inspect it every 90 days. So when you own a trailer, you figure every 3 times a season or every 90 days you go up on the roof, or have somebody go up there, walk around, look at all the sealant down the roof. Every place you see sealant from the manufacturer, you check it out, looking for cracking and separation. Odds are you're not going to have to do anything for a long time, but you don't know that for a fact. So that's why you inspect it. So it's very important to inspect it regularly. And when you do see an issue, you have it taken care of immediately. All right, and back to where we started from. This is just a hookup. If you wanted to hook up a solar panel to charge the battery, you would just plug in right there. All it does is charge the battery. It's not going to run the trailer or anything like that. You also inside the trailer have a step that goes over your tire. It just goes right over the tire, and you can actually stand on it and climb that way. I just happened to notice it was in there. So, all right. So here we are. Let me see if this is it here. Hold on, please. Yeah. So this is the box for it right here. You can see get a picture of a guy standing on it. So that's that. Also, I mentioned your crank is for the stabilizer jacks. That's right here. Okay. Now you can remove these cushions. They're Velcro down, right? And you can pull these up, and you got storage underneath there. Or do you? I'm going to take that back. I don't think you do have. I think that's just an access panel for it to access electric components here. What do we have here? Yeah, this one this one has storage. The other one is the same panel, but I saw that there were 2 screws holding it shut. It's Velcro, holy cow. So this one is not meant to be accessed, that's why they screwed it shut. But the one on the other side is, you can store things there, okay? Of course, your table is right here, it collapses down. You got a convection microwave. So it's actually a convection model, so it's you can even cook more types of things with it because it does circulate air. Your refrigerator is a 3-way refrigerator, meaning it'll run on 110 AC, LP gas, or 12 volts, right? So when you're pulling it down the road, you can run it on it'll run off the battery, and your battery's being charged by the alternator on your tow vehicle. So you can run it down the road on 12 volts. Normally at the campground you're just going to be using regular 110 AC power, but if you need to, you could always light it on gas too. So it's a 3-way. It's kind of neat. Okay. So it's a gas absorption refrigerator. That's why you can run it on gas, and the main difference is it does not have a compressor in it, so it doesn't make any noise at all. It has a different kind of cooling system, but keep in mind it takes a lot longer to reach operating temperature. So it's going to it's going to take 6-8 hours to get it to operating temperature. It's best to start it the day before, actually. All right. While we're looking at this device down here is your power converter. It converts 110 AC to 12 volt DC. Right. So you open it up right there. You see you got 110 AC circuit breakers right there, just like you would have at home, and they're all labeled. Then the power is converted over to 12 volt DC here, so you got 12 volt fuses there. If anything happens to blow, I mean, should have said it that way. If any fuses blow, they'll actually light up, and you can see them through this perforation here. So you can see it actually glowing through that perforation, so you know that you blew a fuse. Also, when you're plugged into shore power, this is a battery charger. So it'll keep your battery charged up, and so it's always topped off. So it's a good thing in the sense that it not only creates 12 volts from 110 AC, it'll actually charge your battery with those 12 volts also. So that's a good thing. All right. Also, over here on the other side of the shower, this device here is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. So you can see the pilot light is on. It should always be green like that. I can set it off for you so you can hear it. You can find the button that is. Should be right. Hold on, I can't see it there. Hold on. No, it's not going to behave that much. There it goes. Okay. So it goes through 2 self-tests. One for LP, one for carbon monoxide. And then it goes back to green. It should always be green like that. Now, of course, if it goes off, you take everybody outside, you leave the door open, you shut the gas off at the front, and then figure out what's going on. All right. Also, if it beeps super slow, same beep, but very, very slow, it's telling you your battery's low. Just to give you a warning, okay? This is your monitor panel here. So you can see that this is your battery right here. So your battery's charged. You always want to check it when you're not plugged in, though. Keep that in mind. Your fresh water tank is empty. Black tank is empty. Gray tank is empty. Now it graduates up in 1/3 increments as it fills. So once you get past the 2/3, you're going to have to start thinking about dumping your tanks. Also, I showed you how to light your water heater on electric out there to turn on the electrical power. If you want to run it on gas, you do that right here. So most people use electricity because that's what they're using at the campground, and they don't want to guzzle up their LP. So you would just turn it on electric and leave it. If you're going to run it on gas, you would just it's not on demand, but it's kind of close in the sense that it's only a 6-gallon tank. So if you think like 10 minutes before you're going to be using it, you turn the gas on, it'll heat it up pretty darn quick. So also, I mentioned there was an onboard water pump. That's right here. That pump is used to pump water out of your fresh water tank or to winterize the trailer. Okay, so to operate the thermostat, you push mode and then go through the buttons. That's the fan, that's the air conditioner, and that is your furnace. There's about a 5-second lag time every time if I was to choose the air conditioner, there'll be a lag time of about 5 seconds turning it on and off, so keep that in mind. That's the way it's supposed to operate. When they talk about fan here, whoops, I just went past it. When they talk about fan, they're talking about the air conditioner running without the compressor. So it just circulates air through your air conditioner. Always try to keep everything on auto. You got high, low, and auto. Try to run everything on auto too. That's the best way to do it. All right. So let's see what else we've got here. This is your antenna. It rotates. So that's your antenna. Rotating it right there. Okay. You get a Bluetooth speaker here. Right here. Your TV is a 12-volt TV, so it'll actually run off 12 volts. This plug here is a GFCI. All the plugs in the trailer are wired through this one, so even if you're using the one outside and it pops, you reset it in here. Okay. This is the signal booster for your digital antenna. You can see how it's green there. You can actually shut it on and off, like I can show you. That's off. Back on. You always want it on, or you won't get a good picture. That's the bottom line. It'll lock up. It'll get It'll go black, it'll get all kinds of noise, that sort of thing, and you got to have the booster on. Alright, so let's see what else we have here. Whoops. Your bathroom / shower. First of all, it's got a 4-speed vent, which is a good thing. Always run the vent with the shower. You want to pull the humidity out of the trailer. These things are built super tight these days, so you want to pull the humidity out when you're using the shower. Also, if you've got people in here and you're starting to get condensation from people's breath, for example, it's that the temperature's such that that'll happen. Put it on low, and it'll pull it right out. You won't have any issues with it at all. Okay, now the toilet. The only thing to know about the toilet, I don't know your level of experience, but there's a flush handle right here. If you can see it right there, a gray handle. Directly below is your black tank. Okay, so you can't use the toilet when there's no water in the black tank, when it's completely dry. So let's say you just pull into the campsite, you hook up your water, you hook up your power. You'll come in here and you'll put 1 dose of chemical in there. There's a sample here, right here in this plastic. But whatever brand you use, you read the directions. One dose of it. So you put the dose in there, and then you grab hold of the handle and you pull it forward. Water will come spiraling out, right? Keep holding it till you put about a gallon or so of water in the tank. It doesn't have to be exact. There's no way to tell exactly what a gallon is, but you got to have water and chemical in there before you start using it, or trust me, you'll regret it. So make sure you do that each time you're starting off with an empty black tank. That's important. Okay, let's look around a little bit more. The range stop is simple. You just turn it light and light it with a lighter. Very simple. You got a range hood vent with a fan and a light. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna have to deal with that. Okay. Each light has a button to turn it on, separate from the switch. So, okay. I think that about covers it. So keep in mind that to access the back of the water heater, you have to pull up the mattress, and there's an access panel there. That's how you would get to that. Always bypass your water heater, of course, before you're pumping antifreeze in. You don't want to, if you get antifreeze into that tank, it'll leave a foul smell and taste that just won't go away, so you always bypass it. Okay, and I guess that covers it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. And remember what I said about inspecting the roof every 90 days or 3 times a season? Every trailer owner has to do that. That's one of the most important maintenance items on your list, is keeping the seals nice and tight. So make sure you take care of that. Thank you very much.